Hi, Jamie. Thanks for meeting with me today so we could talk about how to give buyers in this crazy market an edge when they go out into the marketplace. We're seeing firsthand that there is a great pent up demand, and in many cases, there are five, six, seven people all interested in seeing the same property. And this has resulted in multi-offer situations. And for many people, it's very frustrating. And I work with a lot of first-time home buyers. It's very important to me to give them the upper hand, to give them the edge that they need to be able to secure that property that they really want. So, Jamie, give us some ideas, give us
Sure.
some pointers here because I know you've been through this and that you're very good at this.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I'm going to hand it over to you so you can give these people some advice.
Perfect. Well, it may not be the sexiest, but it really is just be as prepared as possible. Um, we have a lot of situations with buyers where like you mentioned, a lot of multiple offers, and what we try to do is put them in the best position possible. So when they do make that offer, they can close in, instead of a 30 or a 45-day close, we can close in 2 weeks. Now, the only way to do that is to be basically fully, we can, instead of a full pre-approval, we actually will fully approve a buyer. What I mean by that is, instead of just having someone pre-approved and having an application pulled and taken and have their credit pulled, we will go through the entire approval process. So what that does is that having everything done beforehand allows the buyer to put in an offer with instead of a 21-day contingency, a 7-day contingency.
Wow.
And that shows the seller that, okay, these buyers are ready and they can move. And instead of a 30 to 45-day close, we can close, let's say, in 2 weeks if we need to. That's essentially a cash offer. And that's what sellers are looking for today.
Mm-hmm. It's true. In many situations, that is what is beating another very capable candidate. And in addition, of course, we're also competing sometimes with investors, and they have deep pockets. But as Jamie says, being prepared is really the name of the game. And Jamie, could you also dispel the myth? Often when I'm working with buyers who are just getting their pre-approval, which of course I always encourage them, get it before we start looking because knowledge is power. But they don't want to lock in with anybody because they're afraid, well, what if I pick this person and then I get a better rate and now it's costing me money? And what about my credit? You don't want a lot of credit pulls on my report. So could you speak to that?
Absolutely. We That is a very popular myth, that when a buyer starts talking to a lender, and if they provide them with certain documentation, that they are obligated to continue working with them. And that is just not the case. Um, there's no financial, legal obligation whatsoever through the entire pre-approval and, frankly, the approval process. So, and then when it comes to credit, the three major credit bureaus, in order to uh, not discourage a buyer from only going to one lender, is what they give buyers a 45-day window, um, which means that uh, a buyer can go to two or three or four different lenders, have their credit pulled within a 45-day window, and it does not adversely affect their credit. So they shouldn't worry about talking to one or two or three lenders. We can do whatever they're looking whatever they're looking to do. We can help them, and they're not obligated.
Great. So everyone, the moral of the story here, I think, is pretty obvious. Be prepared. Knowing all of this gives you a sense of confidence, a sense of security that you know you're presenting the best possible offer you can. And hopefully that means you will win that property. Alongside of that, of course, is make sure that your realtor understands 100% what your goals are and make sure they're supporting you in those goals. So thanks for listening and good luck in the market.